Hi everyone, my name is Kaycee Lai, Vice President of AI at Pure Storage. Really excited to have in the studio with me today, Jacob Liberman from NVIDIA. Jacob, very nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do at NVIDIA?
Yeah, so my name's Jacob Liberman, and I'm a Director of Enterprise Product at NVIDIA, and a new initiative we have called the AI Data Platform.
Very cool, very exciting. Well, Jacob, the first thing I want to talk about is I think everyone, when they think AI, they think the coolest co-pilots, right? The biggest and baddest models, and they often forget about data. And so I'd love to kind of talk to you about that. Why do you think data matters for AI? What's your perspective?
Well, this is one of my favorite subjects, Kaycee. So yeah, there's been this massive rush of enthusiasm around Gen AI and all of its capabilities. But somewhere in the midst of all that, we lost sight of the fact that data is still king. So whether you're training a model, fine-tuning a model, or retrieving additional context through RAG to inform your LLM generations, you need secure access to high-quality data.
Basically, you don't want the garbage in, garbage out problem. And
Right.
Crazy hallucinations, right?
Yes, that's still true.
All right, right. Well, in addition to that, I think the performance also matters, right? Because you need to make sure the data gets to the GPUs quickly enough, so that way you don't have idle GPUs. Nobody likes that.
Right. So without GPUs, it's really not possible to prepare data for AI at scale and to keep up with the velocity of the data, the rate that the data changes and the rate that the data grows. So that's number one. Number two, building these pipelines to make data AI ready are complex, and they have many stages. And there's many handoffs between the different personas and users of the data. And at any moment during any one of those handoffs, somebody could drop the ball.
Totally. Yeah, I think I see this as probably one of the biggest challenges that's getting in the way from an AI inference perspective. Up to now, most of the workloads has been training, and so people have been really focused on that. But now it's going to shift, where most of the time, effort, and money is actually all going to be focused on inference. And so the reason why this is interesting is because what you just said, the minute you get to inference, right, you can only get good inference and good consumption if the data is actually AI ready.
Well, there's many challenges. I mean, first of all, enterprise data is unstructured. 90% of the data that an enterprise acquires is unstructured in nature. And there's many modalities: video, audio, text, PDFs with graphics, images, presentations, spreadsheets. Combine those things, it becomes quite challenging to really extract insight from the data.
Right. Well, if you can't even get the data to be AI ready, you're not getting any insights, right?
Right.
I think that's definitely key. And so I think that's why we're very excited in terms of what we're doing at Pure Storage. We announced at GTC last week the introduction of a new product called Pure Storage Data Stream, where we are specifically focused on this challenge. So first part that Data Stream is going to do is address that specific area, so that way you get one workflow, one product that's going to automate the entire process to actually generate data sets for AI in minutes. Okay. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's super easy to consume the output. Put some governance around it, right? What they should use, what they should not use, who can see, who cannot see. Those type of things should be in there. And then third is we're entering an age where we have agents, right? Agents are part of our digital workforce. So you have to now think about how agents are going to consume. I think these are very, very important capabilities in Data Stream, right? To accelerate and simplify the process of making data AI ready, right? And so you can think about Pure Storage as really taking an active role to be there for the customer for every step of their AI journey.
And what I love about it is that it's all centered around the data, which is really the core competency of Pure Storage, is protecting that data.
Yes.
And then it builds on top of that, but the data is always at the core.
Jacob, it was a pleasure having you in the studio.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so
This
much
was fun.
for doing this. We really
Thank you.
enjoyed it, had a blast.
Yeah, me too.